Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Tea Time with me, Amanda Prochaska. This is a channel where we talk about a lot of different things, change management related, change leadership related, living your best life. And we'll sprinkle in some things here and there that maybe have nothing to do with that. But this is the channel where you can learn all about change management. And today we are going to be talking about checking in with your why. Leading change as as part of what you do. Most people don't tell you how to do it, but it also takes a lot of energy. And without your why, you are going to get burnt out very, very quickly. So today, we're going to ground you back into your why so you can be successful in any change leadership initiative that you have going on right now. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Today, we're going to be having some awesome tea. I hope you can grab your tea or coffee. I'm obviously a tea person here on Tea Time, but our cup today is Can't Touch This, which is a lot of fun because when you are really grounded in your why, people cannot touch you. Like you are on fire, you are full of energy, and we want to make sure that we can help you become that person if you're not there right now. It's really hard to lead change, and we want to make sure that we give you every tool and technique that we can so you can be successful. The tea today is thinking of you, of course. Let me try it. That's a good tea. Thinking of you is a great like peppermint and I think some chamomile in there. So it is a really good one. But obviously, we're thinking of you. Cheers to you if you're leading change, or if you are just feeling stuck in your job or in life. These different techniques that I'm going to share with you today are going to really help you find your why or reconfirm it for that case. So, sorry, let me take another sip of that tea real quick. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about, we're actually going to go through two different things today. And both of these techniques really help you understand your why. Again, if you don't know your why, please take a chance or the opportunity to work through some of these techniques today. Very, very difficult to lead change if you do not know your why. It grounds you. It's going to be your energy. It's going to help you get through those icky times in change leadership or even in your career in general. So the first one is an amazing technique that I actually want you to do on the video today with me. So the first step in this technique is to write down what you think your why is. So take a moment, take out a piece of paper, take out your tablet, whatever it might be, and simply write down what you think your why is today. What is your purpose? What is your mission? What drives you day in and day out? What you think that might be. And it's okay if you don't have a strong one, just write down something that you think is a good starting point. Because here's what we're going to do. So this is called the 7 why technique. And people use this if you're a lean practitioner. It's how you get to root cause. You ask why 7 times and you finally get to actually what's going on, the root cause of a situation. We use this same technique when you're trying to truly find that emotionally connecting purpose that you can just feel so good about at the end of the day. So now what you're going to do, if you wrote down your purpose, you're going to write why underneath of it. And you're going to try to understand why that first purpose is important to you. So now write down why it's important to you. And we're going to repeat this process until you asked why 7 times. Okay. Now, this is not a technique that I came up with myself. I wish I did. It probably would have made millions of dollars because of it, because it really, truly helps people. I learned this through a Dean Graciosi event, and it's stuck with me ever since then. So if you have an opportunity to check out Dean's work, he has a lot of great books or different conferences and training sessions that you can go to. Really valuable insights that you can apply to your day in and day out life. But so hopefully you've now explained to yourself why the first one that you wrote down, the first why in your head, or why your purpose statement. Then go through that until you get to your bottom line why. And I tell you what, it works every single time. I've used it with some of my friends, my family members. I've used it on myself. And just so you know, like I went through this exercise not too long ago and really found out that my why at the end of the day is to show that to my two young daughters that you can make a big choice in your life and be successful. And it drives me every single day. That's why I'm here doing this video. It's why I'm passionate about what we do at Wonder Services, is because I have two girls who are looking for me for a guidance and example. And not that everything is going to be successful in life, but that they can make a big choice and in their lives and go after it and live a life that they've designed. So that's my why. And that's one technique that you can use to find your why. And again, I'm going to reiterate, super important, very, very important to understand your why, because change is difficult. You're going to get a lot of pressure internally to make sure that you're successful in what you're doing. There's a lot of politics that happens on these projects. There's a lot of things that just frankly don't go well. And you need that deep inside why to drive you through those moments, to make those moments look like opportunities and not dreadful and not stressful. And I hear so often within procurement these days in general, because those are most of the clients that we work with today are in procurement, even though we have clients beyond that, of course. But they say all the time, man, Amanda, there's just been so much change over the last 4 years that I am just done. I am burnt out. I don't have the energy to do this again. And I feel really bad for those leaders, of course, but one of the first things that if you are feeling that way is to reconnect with your why, maybe even redefine it if you need to. But that is something that will get you out of that funk, will help propel you forward. And I wish and hope that everyone can do this exercise so that you can not feel that way at the end of the day, because we need you. Your teams need you, your organizations need you, and you need to put your best foot forward. It's kind of like, just so you know, I actually just thought of this. It's kind of like putting on your face mask, your mask when they say it on an airplane, like if an oxygen mask comes down, you put it on yourself first so you can help others. You need to have that energy so that you can help others through the change. All right. Okay. Exercise number 2. So you can do both of these. You can do one of these, whatever you want to do. Just do at least one. Doing both of them actually will help you even better, but at least do one and figure out which one might work best for you. So this other one, I also learned from Dean, and I thought it was great, and it helped me as I was looking at, what I want to do in the coming future. It also helps you check in with yourself on a weekly basis. So this is not a one and done type of thing. And the 7 whys, you could probably put that up for a while once you get through the 7 whys and be like, that's what drives me every day, and I'm not going to change it. I might reconfirm it every once in a while, but that kind of gets put up on the wall, put on a sticky note right in front of you every day. This next technique is really something that you use to keep yourself grounded on a weekly basis, however often you want to use it. So I want you to take out a piece of paper, a tablet or whatever, something you can draw on, and you'll put a box in the lower left-hand corner. That lower left-hand corner is going to be where you are today. You can talk about the particular change initiative that you're working on. You can apply it to that. You can apply it to your life in general. It's generally how you are feeling today. What state are you in today? And then once you have that done, take a moment to do that. But then I want you to draw a line to the opposite corner. And in that corner, so the upper right hand side of the page, put another box, and that is where you're going. So if you think about your life and or your change initiative, depending on how you want to apply this particular tool, that is ultimately the vision of where you want to be. And people, you know this already. Like, I think about this all the time about like, I always call them clouds, and I'll talk about this a little bit later on. The clouds that are in your life are those things that are kind of hanging over you that you know you need to do, but you're just not doing them today. Everyone has those clouds. But so if you think about some of those clouds and kind of where the vision of where you want to be, put what that vision is in the upper right-hand corner. Now, in the lower right-hand corner, that's where you put your why. So if you're thinking about, okay, I'm here today and I want to get up here, I want to get to this vision. Why do you actually want to do that? Like what is driving you there? And that's really getting to your why, checking in with your why again. And it could be, if you did your 7 whys, it could be that same why. Maybe it's a great way to reconfirm what you found there, but why are you trying to do this? And I actually just got asked this question the other day. Someone came up to me and they're like, hey, Amanda, you've built a wonderful business with Wonder Services. It's grown quite a bit. Unfortunately, we're now at the point, or fortunately, I should say, we haven't scaled yet. So the question that was asked of me is, why do you want to scale? Or do you just want to keep it the way it is and it's a comfortable business? We're doing a lot of great work, but I'm motivated. Like if I were to do this myself, one of the big things and where I want to be is scaling the business to become a slight, not a huge business. Obviously, if we go there, we go there, but I want it to be a very strong boutique organization and firm that's offering great services. And then somebody asked me, well, why? And I was like, that's a great question. So I had to step back and think about it for a little while. And I think that's a great exercise for anyone to do, to make sure that you are not just heading in a direction, but you're heading in a direction with purpose. You're heading in direction because you know your why and you know why you want to get there. And it makes it so much easier when you have that kind of foundation. Now, in the upper left-hand corner, I want you to write down how you are going to get there. So what does that look like? And don't make this a very long list, everyone. Like some people get out of, like, they're like, well, I'm going to do these 20 things to get there. And it's like, no, don't do that to yourself. Write down like the top 3 things that you are going to do to get you from where you are today to where you want to be, grounded in that why, so that you can actually get after it. It is a game changer. If you do this well, you can change how you're living your life and how you're achieving your goals with purpose. But I also like to use this technique, to be honest with you, with your leadership team. When you're going in and you're leading change and you're trying to drive forward, what's the vision for this change? It is a great tool to use to get everyone in the room and say, okay, guys, where do you think we are now? What are the problems that we're hitting today? What are those challenges? And then where do we want to go because of this change? What does that look like? How do we describe it? And just so you know, at Wonder Services, we recommend that you not only have like a story to tell around that vision, but you actually have metrics to support it. But then the most important thing to ask your leadership team is why? Why do we do this? Why are we going through this change? And a funny story, I asked that to one of our clients early on. It was one of my first clients at Wonder Services. It was still when Wonder Services was just me. And so I go in, I'm like, hey, Mr. Chief Procurement Officer, why why are we doing this? Why are we doing this initiative? And he looked at me, he goes, Amanda, because everyone else is doing it. And I was like, fair enough, but that's not going to work. So we need to, just because everyone else is doing it, is like, I tell my kids not to follow in line with that too. So you have to have a really strong why with these leaders. And it's a great way to exercise to take them through to actually get to a why. And then the how becomes a very interesting conversation at that point, because a lot of leaders, again, they're like, this technology is going to solve everything. And it's like, well, no, guys, this technology will not solve everything. It's going to be an enabler. It should be probably on the list, but there are other things that we're going to have to consider to get to our vision. So what would those be? So anyway, this tool is such a great and diverse tool because you can apply it to anything that you're going through where there's a change and you need to get to that vision, understanding why you're getting there and how you're getting there. So I hope these two tool sets are going to help you as a change leader personally to find your why, right? To be grounded in it so you can be energized by it. You can be propelled forward through it. And it will make those icky situations, what we call being stuck in the mud situations, so much, more clear, more palatable. You can get through them so much more effectively if you're truly grounded in your why. But with that, those creative change leaders out there, you can use both of these tools as you're leading change to help your leadership or your stakeholders really define the why around the change initiative. So I'm hopeful that you're going to be able to use both of those. And I'm hopeful that you also not only enjoyed the tea or coffee that you were drinking today while we were on together, but if you are enjoying this video, and we would love you to just subscribe to it, like it. It goes a long way for us to help as many change leaders as we can. And down in the description, we're also going to place a link to subscribe to our newsletter. Our newsletter goes well beyond what we're talking about here in the videos. It offers additional insights and perspectives for change leaders out there, and so that ultimately you can be successful in what you're doing. So with that said, cheers. Can't touch this. We're thinking of you. And enjoy the rest of the day, and we will see you back here on another episode soon.